What's up, everybody? Welcome to Redneck Logic. My name's Junior, and today we're going to be reacting to Joe Biden talking about the Second Amendment. Speaking of Joe Biden, did you know the Russians made a TV show about him? Yep, it was called The Sniffer. Take this finger and stick them right here. Alright, now, before I get into this video, I want to make sure to remind you guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. Because me and Rusty, we got a bet going on who can get to 100,000 subscribers first. And even though he's got a head start, I think we can catch him. Alright, Sniffy Joe, what do you got for me?
The Second Amendment from the day it was passed limited the type of people who could own a gun.
There you go. What did I tell you? Every time a Democrat or a liberal politician starts talking about firearms or the Second Amendment, the next words out of their mouth is a lie. Because the Bill of Rights was established in 1791. The first Gun Control Act was in 1934. That means for over 140 years, there were no restrictions whatsoever on the Second Amendment. If you wanted to own a fully automatic weapon, you could do it. If you wanted to have a cannon sitting out in your front yard, you could do it. In fact, it wasn't until 4 years later in 1938 that convicted felons couldn't own or possess a firearm. So everything he just said is a flat-out lie. But they get people to vote for them because the people that are voting for this guy would much rather have their face in a water bong than in a history book. Man just galls my butt. Alright, I hate to go on, but what do you got, Sniffy?
You couldn't buy a cannon. Those who say the blood of patriots, you know, and all this stuff about how we're going to have to...
If you're going to use the Tree of Liberty quote, at least get it right.
You need to have weapons to take on the government. You need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons.
Alright, I can't watch any more of that idiot. Because what he just said there, he rambled his way on into saying that if I was going to take on the government, I needed an F-15 and nuclear weapons. Well, that sounds a whole lot more like a threat than anything else. And if I do need an F-15 or nuclear weapons to take on a government, why are you concerned about my rifle? You see, that's what they do. They go off and they make up these elaborate assumptions about people, and they get the people in their base to think that, oh, because Junior wants to own a rifle, Junior also wants to own a nuclear weapon. Well, here's something I can tell you. You know, if you've got enough money, you can buy an F-15. What you can't have is the armament system on an F-15. We have civilians right now that own B-52 bombers. They just can't own the bombs that go in it. And now the left media is comparing Joe Biden to who Democrats consider as the greatest president they ever had, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Well, let me tell you a little bit about FDR that many of you don't know. FDR opposed Jewish people immigrating into the United States during the Holocaust. When millions of them were being murdered, he wouldn't allow them to come to the United States to be free. He also incarcerated Japanese descendants into what they like to call internment camps. Let's call it what it was, a concentration camp. And then there's this one. FDR opposed legislation to prevent the lynching of black people. Come in here real close, hippie, and I'll slow it down for you in case you smoked too much wacky weed this morning. FDR opposed, fought against legislation, laws to prevent, to stop the lynching, hanging of black people, of African Americans. And then there's this whopper of a president they had, Mr. Lyndon B. Johnson, a Democrat, who flat out called black people the N-word and said he would have them voting Democrat for the next 70 years. That's the kind of party the Democrats actually are. So how about you hippies do me a favor? Quit puffing on the old magic dragon and quit getting your history from Facebook and Twitter. My name's Junior. I'm out.